All right, welcome back once again to Fate's Rest. Today, well, let's start off with a recap. Hey heroes, what did y'all do last time?
We were
Salt.
salty.
Much salt. Much salt.
Basically, we looked at the ocean and we're like, yeah, that's about the right amount right there.
Nah, we were saltier than the Dead Sea.
Yeah. Leo and our cat friend ran away, so we were just salty about all of that.
And then met villagers who also were salty about gods. Probably Callie's best friends.
I mean, basically.
Oh, my people.
Did a little village hangout with food and drinks, then went to the tavern, and we're royal shits.
I mean,
Yeah,
that sums it up.
that
And,
sums it up.
Well, I guess the other thing that was also kind of important too was, the bartender thing. That was kind of a minor note, but I think the most important thing there was the more doors to more doors to realms.
Yeah, we found Mordor.
Yeah. And you'll be also handed Zugfritz a letter.
Yeah, you could say it was really swinging up there.
But I'm just...
And
Oh,
so
come
it
on,
begins.
knock it off.
Let's go ahead and deadbolt that one shut right now. Move on.
Killed it. All right. So yeah, you're pretty spot on. You encountered the hallway of doors, which is a thing, and Sig specifically was given a letter in a language that only he knows.
Oh, I also forgot one thing that might be slightly important. One person in the party here is still not aware that Sun 2.0 is no longer in the sky.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. It's not an important detail.
And
I just thought it was funny.
yeah, so we begin with this letter being handed off to Sigzug. And it is in the language, the precursor language of Luxor, which Sig would know as the language only the gods know. Or they should only be the ones that know.
Are
Well.
you saying Sig's a god?
No.
I said only the gods know.
The race that Sig belongs to, the high priests and highest ranking wizards from their race, and the under race, which was the daemons, they were taught the languages, the precursor languages of Luxor and Dracul.
So they're god adjacent.
They were taught that to be able to commune with the gods.
It's also a language with great power, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Language of creation is a thing. Whatever.
Great power comes great responsibility. We get it, Spider-Man. No, so he's gonna first off, because it was Fritz who is currently in control of the body, so Fritz is gonna have to switch over back to Sig to actually read it, because it's
You'll
a
be flipped the
secret.
paper.
It's a secret that Fritz is not allowed to know, because Sig's not allowed to teach it. So he'll switch and he'll kind of read it. He's first reading it, to himself, because these words can have power, and he doesn't want to, accidentally recreate the world in, somebody's boot. That'd be a little awkward. So he's going to read over the note first.
There is no power attached to any of the words.
Yes, but he doesn't know that at the very
No,
moment.
as
in
he's
time.
reading it, as he's reading over it, he'll notice that there's no power attached to any of the words.
Yes. as he's reading, he's gonna kind of look over at Yulby, kind of with a squint.
She blinks. Is it hard to read? She'll have her hand out so she could take it back.
So he'll kind of just chuckle a little bit and do you want to know what it says?
Well, that's why I handed it over, but you're not saying much, so I'm assuming you can't read it either.
Well, I can, but I needed to make sure that it wouldn't have unforeseen consequences. This language can be very dangerous to those who are unprepared.
I see.
Though, your name is, well, at least according to this, your name is definitely not Yulby. So there's that.
Are you going to tell us what it says, or just tease us the rest of the evening?
All right. So, it's written here, dearest Jewelry, my bright and joyful child, if you are reading this, then I have failed to return from the battle against this calamity my father created. Do not mourn or cry, though. I don't think I have to worry about that, as you've always had a permanent, happy-go-lucky smile on your face, just like your father. As you grow and seek out adventures of the world, always remember who you are and protect those you care about. I think you've done that fairly well, maybe. You have given a new perspective on life, and that even those like me can have a fresh start and open a new door. Jewelry, all bright, so that's at least correct, kind of. Daughter of Jack and Ira, symbol of hope, balance, and a new beginning. Never forget about your mother's love from the bottom of her heart, and she'll always be watching. And he's going to fold it up and hand it back to her.
She'll take the letter back and she'll look at it. Have a big thinking face on her face. Tuck it away. Nod her head.
We're just finding a treasure trove of information on each other, aren't we? Soon we're going to find out that our friend Callie here is not the only one among the folks like her.
I'm sorry? What's that supposed to mean?
Just that we're finding out a whole bunch of information that's getting things confirmed or questions being answered.
Okay, but what did you mean that the folks like me? Squints.
You know, abilities, different bodies, features, etc. I don't know.
Is this a surprise to you? Aren't you the same way?
Not quite.
Yes. How long have you been an orc?
I have to think about it for a little bit. Maybe not quite a year.
That's precisely my point.
I also remember when your kind were not walking around like this, so there's that.
I'm not walking around like this by choice.
I didn't say you were. I'm not in this body by choice. when a very large amount of magic explodes right next to you, you kind of end up in all kinds of weird places.
In any case, do you need anything before we go?
No, I don't think so. I'll have to talk to the barkeep at some point about visiting Dad here. His name is also Jack, so that's kind of fun. He
I
was
can
like,
see how that could be confusing.
"Yep." Maybe Mom had a thing for Jacks.
All right, I suppose with that, let's head out.
I opened the door to go.
I was sitting here trying to look at my notes, being like, okay, I know we had a heading, but I cannot remember where we were headed.
So you're supposed to be heading to the mountains in the southeastern section of the main continent. But as you step out of the door, after opening it, you find yourself in this very bustling, active city. Zug will know this is not anywhere close to where they're supposed to be.
Kelly steps out. Is going to start looking around for mountains because that's the heading she had. It's like it completely ignores people on the street to look around.
When you look out into the surroundings and out into the... give me a perception check as you look out into your surroundings and landscape around the city.
That's a whopping 11.
So, as you look out, the mountains... You step out of this door, the mountains are far to the east. Just barely registering in your vision. And everything... It feels like humid and gross, and everything feels sticky, and the air itself feels wet. Almost as if you're in some kind of swamp or marsh.
Gonna look back to the other two and
think-
just... I think the barkeep sent us to the wrong direction. We were told mountains, right? Like gestures to the east.
I think so. Shrugs.
So I can definitely say both Sig and Fritz are confused, but Silver is also confused, so there's that.
So, Zug, roll a history check.
Okie dokie. That is a 22.
Alright, so both Fritz and Sig know the Mountain Kingdom very well. And they know of all the cities. And as soon as you stepped out into this city here, you don't recognize it. It's like none of the cities in the mountains are this bustling. The one that is underground. You're confused as to where you're at, and then you start feeling all this swamp and gross and disgusting feelings, and you realize you're in the section of the continent called Riverbend. And this is the marshland. And it's way west of where you're supposed to be.
Well, we're definitely far off course.
Can we open the door back to the tavern then?
Yeah, that's exactly what Callie was about to do, is turn back around and pull out the key.
So,
Can't trust gods with anything these days.
as you place the key in the lock and open the door, what greets you as you open the door is a black blank space. Not the tavern that you would normally see. Callie, since you are the one carrying the item, roll me a Arcana check. I want to see if you notice this.
Probably not. That's a 7.
It's a 7. Well, it's high enough to know that you're getting this like magic tingle that you're not used to feeling, and you have no idea why.
From like the direction of the key or the direction of the void?
From the direction of the void
Okay.
and the direction of your pack. It's kind of like a magic pager feeling is what you're feeling.
My pack? Okay.
Can I stick my arm in the void? Like wave it around?
Roll me a Constitution save.
Yeah, sure. How's a 21?
21. So as you stick your hand in this, you move around. You start to feel this like static electricity feeling. And then it starts to become, the longer your arm's in there, it starts to become more like pinpricks, and then needle stabs, and then
Well, I don't want my
like
arm
knives.
I probably had the needle stabs I would want to leave.
Can I start going through my pack and like holding each item up to see if it's the thing that's making the tingle?
Give me an investigation.
So I think while all this is going on, Sig is just gonna be like, probably y'all probably shouldn't have mocked the god. Since now he's gonna have us walk all the way over there. He's gonna point to the mountains in the distance.
Well, if the world explodes before we get there, that's on him for putting us in the wrong spot. I don't feel bad. You'll be able to cross our arms, wiggle our fingers after that weird, tingly, pin needly experience.
That's an 11 for the investigation. Callie's not doing well today. It's fine.
Well, 11 is good enough because you're looking through your backpack. As you're going through your backpack, you're feeling around and you're grabbing each thing and going through it, and you stumble across that egg, and as you pick it up, it's like vibrating almost.
Okay. That's strange. I don't know what I want to do with this. The fairy stone I have seems to react to the door void thing, but I don't want to open it because I have a feeling like perhaps the fairy stone will be drawn into it, and then it would be lost at that point. Looks to Zug, who happens to be our resident magic expert guy. Any thoughts?
His only thoughts is probably to do Arcana check. My brain says.
Brain. All right. So Zug, give me that Arcana check.
As a 16.
16. All right. So as you're looking back and forth between the door and the fairy stone case, the you begin to feel this this buzzing, almost like a silent ringer is going off, or the magic coming from the door seems like this opalescent color, and it doesn't match what kind of magic you're seeing coming off of the fairy stone. Where it's the fairy stone seems to be in this outward vibrating thing, almost like a radar. The same feeling of magic you get when you're near the gatekeeper.
So like the stone is telling us to look a different direction, sort of thing. Well, from what I'm kind of seeing and thinking is I think we're looking up the wrong tree currently, so to speak. Apparently, he's going to show us he also likes to play games. Might want to follow that. Close this door and then see where the stone takes us.
Well, like a compass.
Similar.
Going to close the door and see if the stone is still reacting.
It's actually vibrating more.
Okay. Can I, like... I would like to open the egg, but very carefully, because I want to grab the stone as soon as it's visible.
Yeah, and as you open the egg, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
This is hearing based, not sight based.
Oh, thanks for the, yes. Of course. Alright, that is a 22.
22. All right, so as you begin to open this, a sound comes from the egg. It's a voice, a very familiar voice, and it's saying, "Hello, how can you hear me? I need you to respond before you try to walk through one of my doors."
Hi, egg.
No, I am not the egg. I am the gatekeeper.
No, you are an egg right now.
It's just don't argue with her. Just move on.
He sighs. Well, I need to inform you of this, and I am warning you. Leviathan has caught wind of what we are trying to do, and he is interfering with my doors to try to stop you. Seek out Devane. You are in one of his cities. Seek him out, and his key should lead you back to the tavern.
Well, when the gods get in pissing matches, they really take it to the extreme.
Alright, but if Leviathan has caught wind of what we're doing, shouldn't we be taking some sort of precaution against him interfering with us more directly?
I'm pretty sure if he decides to interfere with us more directly, we have no recourse. Since he is the one who more or less created this world, he could just as easily take us out of it.
I'd like to see him try. Kelly
Personally,
grumbles,
I'd rather
crossing her
not.
arms, and like, shoving the egg back into her pack.
Personally, even with the situation I'm in, I would much rather stay on this world.
All right. So, as you once again look about the city, this city is unique. Now, as far as any of you are concerned, none of you have been to this city, but you know where it's at because the only marshlands in the entirety of the continents are in the kingdom of Riverbend. And this city, as you look about, the houses all seem to slightly move as the wind does, almost as if they're floating. But the streets stay stationary. And it's all of these houses are as busy and bustling as the city is. All of these houses are patchwork and thatch and stone. It's like this massive conglomerate of things that were collected and thrown together. And I'm going to need all three of you to roll a perception.
Okay.
Oh, hey, nat 20. Oh, she rolls
Middle
well.
of the day text.
It is middle of the day, however, it is overcast.
Oh, sweet. Flat roll.
I got an 8.
18.
All right.
That's a 23
Well,
from me. Nat 20.
For the Zug combo, nothing seems out of place. This looks like an ordinary city to you.
An ordinary, crowded, busy city.
Yes.
Just where he
For
wants to be.
Just what
Callie-
the doctor ordered.
For Callie and Yulby, the first thing that they will notice is that a majority of the people they see walking around are Kinku. Now, there are other races thrown in there, but the vast majority of the people here are different types of Kinku.
Oh my gosh, are we in text?
Our favorite city! That got renamed because the DM doesn't like us having a favorite city.
It got renamed because the DM doesn't like us having nice things.
And here I was about to be nice and let you have it, and then you start mocking me.
We love you, Tex. Okay.
And as you look around, you see, and Callie with her nat 20. Well, as looks around, you see multiple crimes happen almost at once. Like someone gets robbed, another person gets mugged, there's someone who gets stabbed. There's some guy playing 3-card Monty, just taking people's money out of their pockets while they're playing. This is criminal haven from what Callie can see.
I'm sorry, I just saw a guy get stabbed, you said?
Yes.
I also love the idea of a criminal haven where one guy is stealing money out of people who are playing the 3-card Monty, then somebody's stealing the money from him and just moving on.
Okay, what does the guy who just got stabbed look like?
The person who got stabbed was a goblin.
Okay, I'm going to grab Yulby's, like, hand, wrist, whatever, just grab Yulby and, like, head that way.
This is very close, but okay. Should just follow.
There's trouble, a person's hurt.
Oh.
So does all this crime start registering around?
Yes.
Around what Zug's
As
doing? Okay.
as Callie begins to pull Yulby towards the person who got stabbed, both Yulby and Zug will start to notice all of the crime happening.
So while we're walking through the city, I think Zug or Fritz will try to put on the mean mug. Start
The
mean mugging
mug.
people. Keep people back because the bigger, badder criminal will
I
chase
need-
off most of the weaker ones.
I need a performance check.
I was gonna go with intimidation, but okay.
No. This is performance because he's not mean.
I don't know. I'd say Sig's pretty mean.
Not compared to these people.
Well, I mean, he's got like the little grumpy face on his label and everything.
He's walking around with a sign on his on around his neck.
Well, that would be a
That would be on
natural.
Grumpy Face, too.
It would be on the grumpy face. It would be a natural 2022.
All right. So you are successfully keeping the criminals from trying to pickpocket the three of you.
This big hulking orc just mean mug people as they come up.
Big orc with no armor except for robes.
Yeah, and
Who
a big
looks
stick.
terrifying.
He carries a big stick and has two people with him. So
I mean, what was that thing? Like talk loudly and carry a big stick or something?
exactly. Speak
Hey.
softly and carry a big stick.
Softly. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
Gonna
when we
get to the
goblin.
goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you get to the goblin. Upon further hold on. Give me an investigation check when you get, or a medicine check. That's the one I want. I want a medicine check as you get to the goblin.
How does a 16 look?
16. So when you approach this goblin, there's no blood. There's no any kind of sign if he actually got stabbed. There's a dent in his chainmail that may have been from a knife. And he seems to be hunched over, pretending to be dead, counting money out of a sack.
Callie let Yobi go forward at this, situation. So it's all on you.
Yopi's looking at the goblin really confused. Then back up to Callie. Doesn't look hurt.
False alarm, then I suppose.
As we notice all the crime happening, I would like to move my coin pouch into my upper chainmail underneath into the any bra that Yobi has on.
Fair enough. Just like, nope.
I don't have
Mine.
much coin. I need to keep what I have.
Well, I suppose we should try to find direction. Is this goblin? You said it looks like a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a male goblin. He's missing one ear. He's a regular green-skinned goblin. He's wearing a black cloak over the top of what you could tell is tattered black cloak over what you could tell is very heavily scuffed chainmail. And he's got like 3 or 4 pouches on his back and like a crap ton of knives, and he looks like a stereotypical goblin rogue.
Yeah, I got you. Kelly's gonna crouch down a little bit, be a little bit more on his level, so she's not talking down to him, sort of, and just, excuse me, sir, since you don't seem to be injured after all, do you think I could ask for your assistance?
Ah! Holy crap! Where'd you come from? Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were the guy I just robbed.
She blinks.
She's not very sneaky.
I wasn't trying to be sneaky at all.
So he's holding his chest like he just had a heart attack. So, what did you want to ask? What?
we need some direction. And I am willing to give you coin for it if it's useful direction.
Sure. Coin is always welcomed. What do you need?
Okay. What was the name that we had? Devane?
Yeah, Devane.
Have you ever heard of someone named Devane?
He thinks for a moment. You mean the patron of the temple? The god the temple worships?
Perhaps, yes. Where can we find a temple?
There's a. It's gonna. It looks at the three of you. It's gonna seem weird for a temple, but it's in the back of the brothel.
Oh, that seems like the stories I've heard.
Callie just
Well, I mean,
blinks.
from what I've heard of Devane, it seems appropriate. Where's the brothel, I guess?
And he points over behind you, and there's this very, very large, almost completely obvious, now that you look at it, red brick building.
Does it have a red light on the door? A little red lantern?
It's fairy lights, red fairy lights.
Painted over windows. Anyway. Okay. She'll turn around, look at it, and then look at him. And then she's gonna pull out 3 silver coins and offer them to him. But, like, hold on to them for a second, so, like, when he grabs them, it's like, you know, she's still holding.
Yeah, he goes to grab them.
And I would like to please roll an intimidation check here.
Okay, roll that intimidation.
This mean mug behind give an advantage there.
Okay, Zug says he's helping me.
I mean,
That was the first roll was a 16. Let's see
be
what
a
the
generally
advantage roll
grumpy
is.
face, so it makes sense.
Advantage roll's a 19.
You definitely succeeded in your intimidation.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna hold them, and I'm just. If we find out that this information was false and you lied to us, I will find you, and I will be taking these coins back with interest.
Yeah, I don't think it's right to lie.
Yes, clearly you're a very upstanding citizen.
He
She'll
takes the money and slowly
release
puts it
the
in his
coins
pouch.
and then stand up and be ready to go.
Money slowly goes into his pouch, watching y'all, squinty-eyed.
Gonna turn around, like, not necessarily immediately turning my back on him, but, you know, take a few steps to walk toward the brothel.
Yeah. You're like, bye, thanks for the help.
As the three of you walk away, you will all hear this goblin say, "Man, those people are terrifying. They're going to eat them alive in there."
Hey, Tex.
Yes.
I'm gonna walk to the brothel,
Mm-hmm.
look at the others, be like, are you ready to go in there?
I guess.
All right. So the front of the brothel, it kind of looks like one of those Las Vegas quick wedding chapel things on the front of it. It's got these the front of this painted red brick. It's got red tinted windows and a smoky red glass door. You can't see through it. It's very fancy compared to all the rest of the buildings in the town.
I'm going to gesture for Yobi to lead the way.
Yeah, I'll
Sorry.
open the door.
I'm sorry, but an observation here: a quick wedding church is a really good motif for a brothel. I just gotta say.
Yet, neither Neko nor Callie would know that, so we're chill. It's fine.
I would definitely say Sig does not look happy at this upcoming experience, but he's gonna kind of motion like, well, let's go.
Well, if you're uncomfortable, you could always just, take a back seat, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'd personally rather not be out here with all of them.
Or
You
you
can only
could
sca-
disguise yourself.
You can
No,
only
I just
scare off the weak ones for so long.
meant, and she like gently flicks the paper so it flips over.
You don't want him in there.
Fair enough. Let's just get this over with. We walk inside.
All right. So as the three of you walk inside this brothel, it is nothing from what you would think it would look like compared to outside. It almost, theme-wise, for out of character, it almost reminds you of one of those old gala-style like bars from the 20s and 30s. Like, it's very, very fancy on the inside. Everybody's dressed up real nice, and you can tell the workers apart from the patrons because the patrons are in their adventuring gear or their everyday common gear, whereas all of the people who work there are either in very fine dresses or suits or anything that you would consider like finery. Yet every single one of the people in the finery are all changelings. Like, openly changelings. Except for one. And this one that looks different is a elven man standing behind the bar.
Okay, this is an audio medium, so I'm going to describe the stunned silence that's happening, but Callie's just standing there, like, attempting to make sense of what she's seeing.
Yulby's a bit confused, but she's gonna go to the bar.
Like, gonna, like, lean over to Sig and just be like, I thought my understanding of brothels was not this.
It could be their particular niche. Take the common adventurer in and give him a chance to sit down with nobility, royalty, etc. That could be the way they get their customers. Their different perspective and how they offer their services.
Alright. Just gonna follow Yulby. Still confused.
So you make over to the bar. And this elf looks up over his glass and sets the glass down that he was cleaning, pushes his glasses up, and he takes out a pen and notepad. Yes, what can I get for you, adventurers?
We wanted to go visit the Temple of Devane. We were told it was here.
Ah, yes. The great god's shrine. It is the temple. If you follow, and he points over to the left, if you follow that hallway there down the stairs, take a left, not a right, you will come into the cathedral where the temple is stationed at.
I was half expecting a record scratch moment where all the music and everything stops and people pull out weapons. A true Wild West moment.
Chagrin. Ah, thank you. Very helpful.
And before you walk off, it's like, if you need anything else, a room, a night with one of our fanciful workers, a drink, just let me know. I will be here all day.
She nods and gives a thumbs up and walks away.
I think Sig will just make up the rear of this party moving through.
Go down the stairs, pat her cheeks a couple times, like
I
slightly embarrassed you'll be. It's fine.
I think I understand now how that works.
How
Yeah.
what works.
It's fairly powerful, isn't it?
I'm
If
sorry?
you're into that sort of thing.
You and I might not be thinking the same idea, but that's okay. No, I just meant how this business works. I understood, from what I understood of brothels, that it was, not necessarily the most high-class sort of place to be, and so it seemed odd. But now I understand. You pay the barkeep for a night, and that changes it a little. In any case,
So you get to the bottom of the stairs, and you're at a T intersection that goes left and right, with a door on either end.
Well, bartender said to the left, so to the left.
gonna follow.
What does the right look like, just out of curiosity, though?
Well, it doesn't look any different from the left, but the sounds coming from that direction are something that polite company would probably not want to listen to.
Yulby makes a face and then quickly goes the other direction.
Yeah. I think Sig at this point would mutter under his breath something about asking Eldred for forgiveness if he ever sees her again.
Callie is similarly mumbling something under her breath about how, like, these creatures have the strangest mating practices. Anyway, we go to the left and we open that door.
And you open this door, and it opens into this surprisingly large cathedral, considering where it's located at, under this building. And in the center of it is a shrine with a jester's cap and a jester's baton emblazoned in bronze on this shrine, the symbols of Devane. And there are shrines for each of the other of the five ascended on the wall, along the walls. Because this is an all-inclusive shrine. This is an all-inclusive cathedral. And as you approach the altar of the shrine, that is where we will stop for the night.
Woohoo. Interesting.
Fun times, shrines and brothels.
Hey, that's a great episode name.
Yeah, it is.
Mind reading.
Alrighty, well, that's not what I want to open up.
Not the door to the right.
Alright, so I will do this. I will start the thing. Unless people have more jokes to get out of their systems.
No,
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
There's another joke in there too, but we'll just leave it at that. Rate the episode. Light up the stars. That's weird in this context. Anyways. Five stars, best stars, 1 star, mean star, and leave a review on the episode on your catcher of choice, and let us know what you're into on these episodes you like, and how lovingly, horribly awkward our characters are. That's a fun sequence there.
Speaking of horribly awkward, Discord, right? So you can hop into these chat rooms in Discord and like talk to people and ask questions and stuff. And I mean, we're all nerds. We're all horribly awkward. So why not all be nerds and horribly awkward together? Come on over to the Discord. Check us out. It's a great time.
Or really, if you just want to avoid it in general, feel free to just scream at our social media, Faith's Rest on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Then you can avoid us all together, and that's A-okay too.
And lastly, I'll leave you with the topic of the week. And this week, I think some of the funniest things to hear about happen to be those awkward or embarrassing situations that the DM puts the players in. Because, honestly, they can be very hilarious. And look, another awkward silence.
As I was getting ready to answer what you said, my cat tried to headbutt my microphone, so there's that. I had to distract her.
I mean, you know, there are those dragons who are interested in, I don't know if we call them humanoids in your world or not, but like, you
Bards.
Mortals.
know. Bards. But yeah, like, there are those dragons who are interested in mortals. Kelly just happens to not be one of them. So she's like, okay, whatever. It's fine.
And there's those certain customs among people who say that you are bound forever in your life. So there's that too.
Well, didn't he technically die though?
It's a gray area because he's still alive, but
She's
however,
also
I'm pretty
dead.
sure the young orc that is the other personality would definitely have lost himself in this whole adventure. So there's that.
Yulby's in
wouldn't have made
a
it to the cathedral.
different stage of her life. She's not sure what's happening. And the one option she might be interested in could maybe accidentally be someone else. So I'm just like, well, I'm not ready to face that music.
And I think with
Layers of awkward.
that, I think
It's
with
a
that,
whole awkward onion. That's a good name for an episode too, awkward onion.
Anyway, we love you.
We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.